Hello everybody, back at it again with another video. Alright, so this is a concept slash introduction, my official, somewhat official, introduction to one of the very first characters I've ever had. This is Reltongo. He is a cherubim from the heavenly realm, and this is a little bit of a basically concept slash just a bunch of doodles just of a basic sum up of how I've changed his style throughout the years. So when I started off, this one, the first one, is still just a bit more recent. I tried to make him look cartoonish, yet realistic, and I just wanted the specific traits that I really liked for this character, since it's kind of like a very vague shape, like a human, but also the more and more detail you get, the more and more creature-like you'd see, and they never show up exactly the same way twice, just like the history of how I've had them. So this is when I looked at primates a lot to understand the human face more, and then a lot of anatomy in order to draw muscles and proportions and stuff like that. So yeah, so learning different positions and what the anatomy looks like on a different scale slash viewpoint slash angle is all interesting to learn. So basically these guys have 2 ears, but they're highly modified. So it looks like they have 4 ears, but the things on top of his ears are kind of like feathers slash scales slash hair, kind of like anything in between. So that's on top of the ears, and then they're highly modified to look like there's 4. So here's another little doodle I did. I tried doing the circle thing that I see other people do, but then I kind of realized that it didn't really do much for me. But maybe it's just because I'm still a novice and I didn't really know how to actually get rid of that circle once I drew the face. But this is an expression I usually have him do all the time, just because I was inspired by different cartoons that I would see, different art styles. I would see Sinbad, DreamWorks' Sinbad. I kind of got a little bit stuff from that, and then another franchise that will show up in a bit. So this one is just practicing with like the back and again stuff from a different angle. So this is basically drawing stuff from a different position. So the tail over there, and then certain back muscles that could be visible, the head from the behind angle. I was drawing him looking back in a little bit of a silly way. You'll see here in a bit, like hearing something behind him. So I have him, he's kind of like more of the comedian of the 3, so he likes to act silly all the time. Funny enough, not usually when in combat, but usually like at any other time. I think Rael likes to do it while he's fighting. He likes to be funny and make a joke about it. Here's another face I'm trying to do, just doing the expression again. I have this weird little smile. So I didn't do it as well online, of course, but that smile that I see where it's kind of like somebody going, ooh, while also not. But I don't know. So, yeah, he likes to make that face a lot, usually when he's intrigued with something or interested, or it's gotten his attention, or it tickles his fancy, bruv. Yeah. So, and then I have done these quick sketches all the time. I usually never do any big, grandiose drawings. I don't know. I used to do that like a long time ago, with pen even. For some reason, in my doodles, whenever I draw dinosaurs and newts and mice and little critters or whatever. But here's another one. So here is the interesting frog face simplification that I find really interesting. Just the eyes that just stick out so much, the large eyes. And then basically having the neck be like exactly as wide as the head. So the concept of adding that newt/frog looking thing with ears is really just what got me into the whole hybridization concept to begin with. Like, it's been, like, I just didn't realize it was so old with me. Like, it was there from just about the start. So, and here he is, toothless. He started it all. There was just something different about how he was. Everybody likes to say he looks like a cat, which I stated before, but I mean, like, he just kind of looked like something else, and he just looked so interesting, and it basically just changed the direction of my artistic choices forever, I guess. The scene was so cool. Forbidden friendship. You know, I don't know if this is going to get copyrighted. It might. I mean, I'm not claiming that this isn't them, but it's just, I could see. I just wanted to put this cool music in there because this is like some of my favorite pieces. But there's him biting the fish, toothless. I could have sworn you had. And then that's when the music starts. Yeah, and so you got his wide pupils, and then it can change to like the cat-like, because he looks a lot like a black cat. So the side profile was pretty interesting too. I just liked his sound effects. I heard that they used like a lot of seals for like the toothless sound effects, like baby seals and stuff. So there's that. It was all in all basically just How to Train Your Dragon, and then I made up more stuff based off of that. I try not to just deliberately copy something, but I've tried for like many years to like separate it from that, so that I don't have just a blatant ripoff or whatever. But I still made stuff based off of it. So let me try with some more somewhat full body shots here, and so you can get a bit more in depth of positions and what I do. Sometimes when I draw Reltongo, sometimes he looks a bit more adolescent, and sometimes he looks a bit more adultish. I guess it might depend on the size of his bottom jaw that I do, because sometimes I do it a little bit bigger, sometimes I do it a little bit smaller. And it's kind of cool how that really makes a difference. But yeah, he's usually a very chipper, happy, energetic type of fellow. So let's see what else. Sometimes I would draw them with like the eyes that kind of go in between, kind of cross-eyed, slash focused, slash wondrous eyeballs. So I do a lot of similar things. I try to be more flexible with how many expressions I can do. So I can probably do a bit more of those later. And I can post those too. But for my first video, I really just wanted to have Reltongo because he's like the oldest one on there. Full body shot, here we go. I basically just drew the very basic person outline. But like before, they do have, like from far away, they're pretty person shaped, minus just very large, muscular, basically in shape. God, I should get in shape. And then, a tail, and then really massive ears, because I was just inspired by the coolness of having ears be like a extension of expressions, because I like to draw expressions in cartoon characters. But yeah, so they got those modified ears, which are kind of like horn-like from a distance, but so you got that. Man, I don't know. I'm still so bad at like connecting the torso and the abdominal cavity, but the full ears, in a sec, since they always get cut off, they're like big, but they have like these scale slash feather like covering on them, which kind of makes it look bigger, and kind of a little bit wing-like, which kind of lines up with the seraphim a little bit, because these guys are kind of like a hybridization of the spiritual creatures. Like, all that stuff is so unknown, and I always find it so interesting. So there's all my stuff there. Just thought I'd do like a whole bunch of quick stuff, really quick stuff. Yeah, that's about it I can say. I'll get more stuff later, but if anybody watches this, thank you a lot. And I hope you have a great day.